Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vansharshibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। Mantra number 6. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmannevanupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato navijugupsate. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmannevanupashyati. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmannevanupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato navijugupsate. Sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato navijugupsate. If you look at this mantra and the first mantra, you can see that they both of them reveal the identity between individual, the jiva, and total, the Ishvara. First mantra said, Ishavasya sarvam, yatkinch jagatyam jagat. Everything is pervaded by Ishvara. And in this mantra it is said, everything is pervaded by Atma. Sarvani bhutani atmannevanupashyati. When you say Sarvani bhutani, it includes everything, no exception. And Atmani is not locative, inside. It is in the sense of the substratum, the adhisthana. It is in the sense of the one which is Satyam. It is in the sense of that which is the cause. Sarvani Bhutani Atmani eva anupashyati. Now, this anupashyati, what is pashyati and then anupashyati? We saw one meaning. You can look at another meaning also today. Eyes reveal, illumine the forms and color when backed by buddhi and with proper samskaras. Buddhi has samskaras. This is this. There is samskara that this is called red, this is called yellow, this is called blue, etc. So that it reveals the form. Fine. In dream, mind reveals the objects created by the dream world. But in sleep, there is a total ignorance. That ignorance is revealed by that light. That is consciousness. And mind itself, eyes itself, cannot reveal the form unless it is backed by the mind, and mind itself cannot reveal the objects of the dream unless it is backed by the consciousness. So the self, the consciousness is the illuminator. That consciousness is the light. The light word is not in a literal sense. Light reveals, sunlight reveals the objects for you. Moonlight reveals, electricity light reveals. It implies in that sense. It is the light. Consciousness is the ultimate light which reveals everything. You know, this is called anudarshan. I shine because mind shines. Mind shines because buddhi shines. Buddhi shines because behind buddhi consciousness is shining. And that consciousness is me. That consciousness is the self. And that is I am. So the vision of the consciousness is not in opposition to the perception. Let the eyes reveal. Let the ears reveal. But in spite of all these so-called revelations, I appreciate, I see the consciousness, which is the very substratum of all so-called revelations. That is called shining of the consciousness. That I don't want you, shut up. The Siri is talking too much. This is called I. The current volume is 81%. I don't know why. It picked up my voice and started replying fourth time within such a short time. Every day it is here, doesn't respond, but today it's too active. Anyway, coming back to this is called anudarshanam. Okay? And now, atmanneva anupashyati. Atmani eva anupashyati. That evakara. Other meaning we saw yesterday, Shastra Acharya Upadeshad Anu. After gaining the teachings from competent teacher, one gains the vision. That is called Anupashyati. So, Gnanena Pashyati iti Anupashyati. What is Anudarshanam? What is seeing behind? Generally, Anu prefix is used to imply thereafter or behind. A standard example is Ramaha Gacchati and then Lakshmano Anugacchati. Rama is going and Lakshmana is going behind. Sita api Anugacchati. Sita is following Rama. Similarly, Darshanam Anudarshanam. Thereafter. What thereafter? Eyes see, and along with the vision of the eyes, something more that person sees. It's a Gnana Darshan. Yesterday I told you to see the ornament and at the same time recognize the gold that is there in the ornament. Not simply the gold recognition, but you appreciate the quality also. How many carats you have? The one has that vision that this is this many carat gold. That is called anudarshanam, anupashyati. Now, that evakara in the mantra, yastu sarvani bhutani atmannevanupashyati. Just little enlightenment about Sanskrit language. Okay, here. Little showing you the beauty of the language. See how we understand the meaning of a sentence. Just look at this. 2, 3 sentences I will say, which is our daily experience in India. When the child decides to go out, he goes out, and the family has a custom that you should inform that I am going. Mom is cooking in the kitchen. The child will just say, "Go, I am going. Jauchu." Mother, though, can recognize the voice of the children, but she happens to have 3, 4 of them, and she was busy in cooking. So she will ask, "Who? Or?" That fellow will not tell the name. After all, daddy's son, I am going. Oh, Joseph. That I, that fellow will say only I. Mother will understand which I, first one, second one, or the third one. Then the next question mom asks, where are you going? यहाँ जाओ, किधर जाते हो? Then he will say, this Ramesh, I'm going to Ramesh, his friend. Then mother will say, how are you going? This is Indian problem because he picks up the car, he takes the scooter, etc. And mother doesn't want him to take the bike. Then the child will say, I'm going by bike. You have not taken the car, correct? He will make sure. Gaadi nath लीधी ना? Yes, yes. No. And another question she has. She suddenly remembers it's a lunchtime. શા માટે ઉપડ્યા ભાઈ? Why are you going? Then the fellow says, I'm going to collect my notes or something. Look at this. 4 questions and 4 answers. Every question is connected to verb. Who is going? Going is a kriya. The fellow only says, I am going. He doesn't say, I am going. Jao, typical Indian vernacular. Ja raha. Every language has that. Mother says, who? The subject of that kriya, of that action. Then the object. Going where? What is the object of going? Ramesh, house. Or fellow says, oh, I am eating. Khauju. Mother is in drawing room. Khauju. Fridge open. She will ask, what? What is an object of eating? The subject is I. Object is Ramesh house. Then she wants to know how. What is the means of going? Whether you're going by cycle or scooter or motorcycle or car or by foot, whatever. He says, I'm taking a motorcycle. Then she has a question. Purpose of going. Why are you going there now? Then he says, for this reason. The point is, look at this. Every word in a sentence is connected to verb. Then they may have interconnections, but ultimate connection is to verb. That is called vibhakti. Please understand. Prathama vibhakti, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo, Raman, Raman, etc. The first is subject. Who is going? Rama is going. Kutra gacchati Ramaha? Devalaya. He goes to temple. How going? Is Rama going? Padbhyam. He goes by foot. Tritiya karane. For what he is going? Deva darshanaya. For devasya darshanam. Ramaha padbhyam deva Ramaha Devalayam Padvyam Devadarshanaya Gacchati. Complete sentence. So words, they reveal, listen, what is the relationship with the verb? When you say Rama, it reveals the subject. When you say Gramam or Devalayam, to the house of Ramesh, that is object. By, when you add bicycle or by motorcycle or by car, that is a means. And then going for notebook or for just for meeting or just to spend time, etc., that is called purpose. Sampradana, apadana, etc. So the beauty of Sanskrit is there is a suffix added to the noun. And very suffix reveals its relationship with the verb. Okay? If I say, look at this simple sentence, most of you Indians would understand this. Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. Okay? Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. There is a Hanana Kriya. Action of killing is done. Hanti. Somebody is killing. Who is the subject? The Ramaha. That suffix ha, what we call visarga, Ramaha, it reveals that here Rama is a subject. And when you say Ravanam, makara, suffix makara, indicates that in this sentence, Ravana is an object of action. Listen, Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. So somebody is killing. Who is killing? Rama is killing to Ravana. Ravana is killing Ravana. That's clear. Suppose I change this. Ravana Ramam Hanti. Suppose I say this. Then the whole meaning changes. Ravana. That means Ravana becomes subject. And Rama becomes an object of hitting, object of killing. Why? Because the suffix really reveals what is its relationship with the verb. And then you have a composite meaning. I am going to Ramesh's place for notebook and by motorcycle. There is a complete meaning. So also, in any sentence, this is how you get a holistic meaning. The beauty of Sanskrit is, in English, when you say I am going to, Rama is eat, I am going to the school. The to school indicates it's a school, going, object of going. For study, that includes that for indicates this is the purpose. By car, that by indicates a means, but they are two different things. Whereas in Sanskrit, the word itself takes a suffix, so its relationship with the verb is defined for good. And therefore, you can put that word anywhere, but the meaning of the sentence will remain the same. Like Rama, Ravanam Hanti. I can say Ravanam Ramaha Hanti. I can say Ramaha Hanti Ravanam. I can say Hanti Ravanam Ramaha. Because Ravanam is sure, it is one word. Whether Ravanam word comes in the first or the middle or the last, it is clear that I am connected to verb as an object, whatever may be the object, whatever may be the kriya, whatever may be the verb. That's Sanskrit. And therefore, you can change the position of the words. But in English, if you change the position, often the entire meaning changes. Suppose I say Rama kills Ravana, and I put Ravana kills Rama. Whole subject object changes. Whereas in Sanskrit doesn't change. Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. I can as well say Ravanam Ramaha Hanti. In either of sentences, Rama is subject and he remains subject. Whatever is the place in the complete sentence. You understand what I'm saying? And Ravanam, that suffix, that Dvitiya Vibhakti, if you know, remember Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramau, Raman. That Dvitiya Vibhakti indicates it is an object. Wherever you put that word with Dvitiya in a Dvitiya Vibhakti, in an order of the sentence, its relation, its connection with the verb never ever changes. Understand that? That's the beauty of Sanskrit language. That are these vibhaktis. It's so unfortunate. When I studied Sanskrit in the schools, we were asked to mug up those vibhaktis. Rama, 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 mug it up. But teacher never taught. I always used to wonder, why this vibhakti? Why not simple like Gujarati or English? I loved, this is better Hindi. That's a better language, I always felt. But when I studied, and then I discovered, oh my God, these are the suffixes. When I studied Panini, then you remember, these are the suffixes added to reveal the relation with the verb. You know, that is why it's a complete thing. Anyway, so coming here to the mantra, yastu sarvani bhutani atmannevānupashyati. Sarvani bhutani is an object. Atmani, in the self, that is a locative or the subject. Anupashyati, that's a verb. So it can go anywhere. Atmani sarvani bhutani anupashyati. Atmani anupashyati sarvani bhutani. Sarvani bhutani atmani anupashyati, whatever it is. So this is like subject, object and verb. Correct? Now that evakara, in alone, indeed, also can go anywhere. What? Yastu sarvani bhutani atman nevanupashyati. Atmani eva means atmatvena, as a self. One who sees all beings as self. One who sees the self as a substratum of all beings. And anupashyati eva. Anupashyati means he doesn't require any karma or anything. He just sees it. Seeing is not an action. That's what is implied here. Atman nevanupashyati sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam. Atmani anupashyati. That saptami vibhakti, atmani, is seventh case. It's locative. But the seventh case is also used in Sanskrit to indicate it is a substratum. It is the cause. Like in our vernacular languages also we say this, you know. What do we say? We often use this word. I see everything is in gold. Everything in gold. In gold means gold is a material. Gold is a substratum. Gold is the vastu. It implies that. So Atmani eva anupashyati. It is like I see all the ornaments in gold. Meaning thereby all the ornaments as gold or non-separate from gold. Atmanevanupashyati. Now, when you miss to see the gold, when the mind is attached, mind is too fascinated, mind is too absorbed in the design of the ornament. When you are too much absorbed in the design, you just miss what? You miss the goal. Similarly, when the mind is absorbed in Namarupa, it cannot see beyond Namarupa. It cannot see the gold. And that is why this darshanam, that seeing the self or seeing all beings in the self, though Sarvani Bhutani is an object, seeing is an action, but here it is not an action. It's just a knowledge. It's just a recognition. And not only that, just like, listen this, Suvarna Darshanam is not opposed to what? The Alankara Darshan. Means even while you see the gold, you are not denying or you are not deprived or you don't miss the ornament. You can see both. You, even while seeing the ornament or while recognizing the gold, you can see the ornament also. Correct? The gold vision is not opposed to or in exclusion to the vision of the ornament. And vice versa also is true. The vision of ornament is not an exclusive vision. You can't say that because of, if I see ornament, I cannot see the gold. When I see gold, I cannot see the ornament. Not true. When you see the truth, it doesn't mean you don't see the world. And when you see the world, it doesn't mean you cannot see the truth. When I see the gold, it doesn't mean I can't see the ornaments. And when I see the ornaments, it doesn't mean that I cannot see or recognize the gold. Why I'm telling this? Earlier also I have said, and I would like to emphasize again, people think the vision of the self, the vision of the consciousness is some divine experience where you can't see the world. No, that is not true. The wise men, it is not that in a seat of meditation or seat of samadhi, you saw the consciousness and the whole world disappeared. This confusion partly is there because people tell this, that this world is like dream and the consciousness is like the substratum of dream. And you think when I wake up, that means the dream disappears. Similarly, when I know myself, waking up means you know the truth. When I know the truth, the dream world disappears. Similarly, when I know the truth of the world, this world will disappear. No way. It will continue. Advaita Darshanam is not Virodhi to Dvaita. And Dvaita Darshanam cannot deny or cannot deprive anyone of Advaita Darshan. So why second part? So you may see a wise person very much involved. You may see a person who is involved in worldly day-to-day activity. Deeply involved. Then one may construe from the external appearance and behavior and the lifestyle, that this person is not a wise person, maybe looks like a samsari like us. That's not true. Therefore, there is a verse, Shuko Yogi Krishno Bhogi. Shukadevji, the son of Vedavyasi, it is said that no sooner he was born, he refused while he was in the womb. Vyasji was chanting Vedas and teaching, he got enlightened in the womb. He says, I don't want to come out. Then ultimately he came out. And then he came out, then he walked away straight in a very birthday suit. He just walked away without very, and just went for his total dispassion. And even while he was young, he was Digambar. That yogi, Shuko Yogi Krishna Bhogi. It may appear that Lord Krishna was a bhogi. Raja Adhiraj, deeply involved into politics and things like that. Then Rupalau Janaka Raghav. The Janaka and Rama were kings. So they were ruling the kingdom. So much of administration and controlling and all kinds of policy and strategy work. Vasishtadhyaha karmathaha. Vasishtha and Vishwamitra rishis were doing rituals. Gnanina sarve sama. They are all wise. Doing yajna for Vishwamitra and Vasishtha, it doesn't displace their vision of the truth. If one sees ornaments, the vision of the ornament can never ever displace the vision of the gold if one knows the gold. If one doesn't know the gold, and then one sees ornament, and then the ornament vision deprives him from the vision of the gold, though it is vivid. It's a matter of recognizing. So vision of ornament can never ever displace the vision of gold. And vision of the gold also cannot displace. So the wise person, according to his or her prarabdha, may be living a lifestyle, whatever it is there in prarabdha, but looking at that external lifestyle, you cannot say that this person doesn't look like a wise person. There is no holo coming, except he applies oil every day, then this may shine. That is because of these marketing companies. But it doesn't change him any which way. People, they have a very, very funny idea about how the Swami or the wise man or the dispassionate person should be or they are. Very imaginary ideas they have. They say wise men should live alone, should not get involved into worldly activity, etc. etc. Even to me, I have been doing this Acharya Sabha work for almost like 17 years, 16 years, 17. And I remember up to 2015-16, till when Swamiji was there, people used to ask me, Swamiji, how come you got into this politics? How can you do this? If you want nishtha, you should not do. They used to advise me. Nothing to do. True, in the beginning, you may require some protection. Like a tree requires some protection in the beginning. But then it doesn't mean require anything once you know the truth as a truth. So, the seeing gold in the ornament is, this vision is not opposed to or recognizing or seeing ornament as well. Okay? So wise person, he sees the truth everywhere, doesn't mean doesn't see the world. And a wise person may be involved, deeply involved into activity and so many other things, doesn't mean that the wisdom gets displaced because he or she is doing activity. So, Advaita Darshanam is not opposed to Dvaita Darshanam. Advaita Darshanam means in spite of Dvaita, I can see Advaita as well. Okay? I can see Advaita as well. That is called Advaita Darshanam. That is called Anupashyati. Sarva Bhuteshu cha Atmanam. See the self in all beings. Sees the all beings in the self and sees the self in the all being means seeing water in all the waves. I see all the waves in me and I see myself in all the waves. A wave can say this, all the waves are within me and I am in every wave. Within me, that I of that wave is H2O. All the waves are in H2O, means they are superimposed on H2O. And water is in every wave. That inside means what? It is the very substratum, adhishthanam. It is a very satta, existence of all that is superimposed. All the waves are nothing but the name and form. The easiness of the wave, whether it may be small or medium or big or breaker it may be, the easiness of it belongs to H2O, water. And that is called, I am in everybody, everything. In sarveshu bhuteshu cha atmanam pashyati. He sees. And that person, na vichugupsate. One meaning is, do not feel insecure. To feel insecure is natural. Insecurity comes because of sense of helplessness. Stress also. Stress is caused when you feel helpless, when there is anxiety, when there is uncertainty, and you want something badly, that gives us stress. When there are apprehensions about the future, it gives stress. And some people have seen cannot handle uncertainty. They want everything is predictable. They want everything in order. And when you want that, you are in for nothing but stress. And they want, that is called control psychology. They want to control all the parameters to make sure things work in this particular way only. Therefore, they have all kinds of apprehensions and sometimes negativities also. They become too anxious. Anxiety, tension, stress, worry becomes natural for this people. In India, there is a position, Auditor and Controller General of India. Controller it is in accounts. These fellows want to become Controller General. Everything, all variables I want to control. They want to assure that this works only in this way. That means what? They want to become Karma Phal Data. Leave certain things to Bhagavan. Let him do what he wants to do. True, you may plan and do, but learn to flow. And when you learn to flow, you become light. And more you are lighter, more you will flow. Leaf can flow with the wind. You plan it and do whatever you can, but rest, leave it to him. Be ready for uncertainty. Be ready for something fallible. Be ready for something which is unpleasant. It's okay. Let it flow. Ishvara wants this, I just flow. The Mahatmas give an example that wise person has no desire, no axe to grind. So he completely flows with the prarabdha, Ishvara. Whatever Ishvara decides, he accepts. To what extent? They give this example. This sadhu took a bath in Gangaji. In a Ganges water, took a bath and he had a jata, long hair. So he removed the jata and cleaned whatever cleaning he did without any shampoo and soap. And of course, no hair conditioner. He did that. And then the hairs were loose and he started walking with a little wet body because nothing to dry the body, never carry some towel. Just started walking. But if you have stayed in our Rishikesh ashram, the wind flows very fast there. So wind was there so much that all the jata used to come like this in his eyes. Then he worked, somebody was watching him, this Mahatma took bath and then with his jata, looked like long hairs and this, very nice, he liked it. And the hairs were coming in the front and then he used to remove 2-3 times and suddenly he turned back and started walking this way. This fellow was, when Mahatma came to him, he said, why are you going this way now? You were going that way and then suddenly why did you turn? He said the wind was so much blowing that the hairs were coming in eyes and I couldn't see. So I thought Bhagavan doesn't want me to go that side. So I am walking this side. I am flowing to the wish of the Lord. Then this fellow said, but why did you go that side first? He said, I wanted bhiksha. The Annakshetra is there. So I thought I'll take bhiksha, but I think Bhagavan wants me to do fasting today. Happens to be Ekadashi. So I will do Ekadashi. That is called Prarabdham Pushyati Vapu. In Sanskrit, Pushya means nourishes. Prarabdha nourishes the body, help the body to survive. That is called Prarabdham Pushyati. Wherever Prarabdha takes, he just flows. Swami Chinmayanji used to give a beautiful meaning, extra meaning to this. The Sanskrit word Pushyati, he converted into English. Push, So wherever Prarabdha pushes him, he goes there. Prarabdham Pushyati, he said. It is like in Hindi English, that is called Hinglish. Similarly, Sanskrish, this he used to say. Prarabdham Pushyati. Whatever it plays, that is flowing. True, when we are living in this world, whether as a sadhu or not a sadhu, whether as a wise or otherwise, you cannot afford to do like that. That sadhu turning around and going that. But still, leave certain things to Ishvara. Don't expect all the time that I want to plan and as per the program and this should be done this way and that should be done this way. Unnecessary creating stress and tension and anxiety and worry. And anxiety, worry is very contagious. It is more contagious than corona. At least corona, to spread corona, you require some sneezing or some coughing. Your very expression, if I use this yoga word, that would be better. The person who is too anxious, person who is too apprehensive, person who wants everything to be planning and perfect, cannot take uncertain things. His or her vibes, the vibes give tension to others. In family, one person, everybody becomes tight. It's okay. Just be cool. Leave it to Bhagavan. Let it be that way. So what? What can happen? No. Tomorrow servant is not coming. Not coming, so what? He promised but not coming. He promised, but now he broke the promise. What can you do about it? Forget it. No, 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 my luck is like that. These are the people cursing their luck. I have seen, this is my observation in those guys whom I know. It is because of their incapacity to handle uncertainty, incapacity to handle unpleasant situations, incapacity to handle or accept undesired possibilities. These are all possibilities. It is happening for last 1 month. It may happen for 3 months. So what? This is what it is. Forget it. Oh, last time when I'm driving, and in the first crossing also it was red light and I ended up wasting 1.5 minutes. Second crossing also wasted. Third also wasted. Fourth and fifth also same thing may happen. You reach the crossing. And then if happens, it happens. You keep driving and enjoy the nature. But while driving also there is anxiety and apprehension and tension. Hope that crossing is open. Hope that crossing is open. Hope that crossing is open. Same way people. You have to see the people going to airport, especially a family. One fellow will be pushing, "Ah, we have to go 2 hours early." The other guy, especially men who keep traveling so much, they go on the last moment. And then the husband and wife as Mahabharata, and they are going on vacation. What a Mangalacharanam. They are going for a vacation. Mangalacharanam from the house is Dishum Dishum. For what? You are always late. You don't understand. We'll miss the flight. Hey, how is the hotel booking? We'll buy the. Why waste money? You always waste money. Why don't you get early? All kind. Anyway, coming back to this point, insecurity, uncertainty is felt because of limitations and helplessness from childhood. This is offshoot. I'm talking about anxiety and this attitude in life. Na vijugupsate, na vijugupsate means no insecurity. We think more I have, more secure I become, and therefore we hold on to position, hold on to status, hold on to connection, hold on to some people, hold on to wealth, both liquid assets and fixed assets, and hold on to relationships. More you have, more insecure. Because any addition of limited numbers can never ever bring about limitless. They are finite. When I discover myself to be Puranaha, there is no limitations. The self being Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. I being Anantam, limitless, and therefore no insecurity. All insecurities are centered on physio-psycho complex. Disown the I, physio-psycho I. That is not real I. That's an incidental identity. I am consciousness. That one who recognizes this, that person, na vijagupsate, tato he never ever feels insecure. And other meaning we saw, never hates anybody, never dislikes anybody, because he sees the self. Sarva bhutasthamaatmanam, sarva bhutani chatmani. There is one sense of oneness in all things. The same vision is again revealed in another mantra and the Gnana Phalam. Look at the next mantra, mantra number 7. Yasmin sarvani bhutani, yasmin sarvani bhutani, atmaiva bhut vijanatah, atmaiva bhut vijanatah, tatra ko mohah kashokah, Tatra ko mohah kashokah ekatvamanupashyatah ekatvamanupashyatah yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhutvijanatah atmaiva sorry yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhutvijanatah तत्र को मोहः कः शोकः एकत्वमनुपश्यतः तत्र कः मोहः कः शोकः एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः विजानतः. For a person who knows what he knows, he or she knows, sarvani bhutani Atmani eva abhu. One who sees, one who realizes what all beings are nothing but myself. Sarvani bhutani atma eva abhut. One who knows that all beings are nothing but the self. For that person, ko mohaha ashokaha. Where is moha, delusion? I'll explain the word. And where is sorrow? Shokaha. There is no shoka. Where is delusion? Where is sorrow? I mean, there is no delusion. There is no sorrow. Why? Ekatvam anupashyata. One who sees non-duality. One who sees non-dual self. One who appreciates self as a non-dual, for that person, there is no moha and no shoka. In Shastra, when this shoka moha word is used, it implies a samsari. When one has a moha or when one has a shoka, that means that fellow is samsari. When there is no moha, there is no shoka, that means this person is no more a samsara. He is free from samsara. The characteristic of a samsara is always moha and shoka. Samsara is full of moha and shoka. There is always grief. There is always sorrow. My destiny is like that. My past was like that. My partner is like this. My children is like that. My health is like this. My so and so is this. Always gang is there. Because mind is dissatisfied. Cannot understand this. Whenever you feel this word, if I use low, there is a word in English now, they use different. I feel low. I feel like running away. Just pause for a minute. Who feels? Mind. Are you mind? No. Then why do you say I feel? Let the mind feel it. You be witness out of it. And then we are so sincere to our pursuit. Why should I feel? I should not feel this way. I should have studied. Be idealist. I should study. I should do. Some people are so idealistic. They have all like pigeonholes timings. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. Everything should be perfect. In office also I should be perfect, and with the staff also, and my human relation also perfect. My boss also should feel me perfect. My work should be perfect. My family should feel me perfect. I should be the perfect husband, perfect wife, perfect daughter, perfect son, perfect mother, perfect, etc., etc. There is no Mr. Perfect except the Raymond suit fellow. we had an advertisement. There is clothing, Raymond's. And then they used to give the person wearing Raymond suit. Swami often used to quote this, the complete man. There is no complete. It's okay. I may have that. Just as, remember. Then when you can't do that, whatever the ideals you set in, you feel guilt. I should take care of this. I should make sure that They have a guilt. I could not spend time with my son or daughter. Otherwise, they would have been better in their career. But I got busy in my office, blah, blah, blah. I do appreciate sincerity. And one should be sincere about their whatever that is the role they play and then that script that comes with the role. I should be sincere. It's okay. But then never let the mind create a guilt in you. Never ever create a hurt. That brings a feeling of low. I want to hide myself. I did wrong. Why should you? This fellow, one minister today, I read the news. When central minister got sick and he has been hospitalized. I don't know, they are not sure whether it's a corona or what. His son is a member of parliament. He wrote somewhere, he was away from Delhi. So he wrote, if at this juncture I can't help you, I will, I will always have a sense of hurt and guilt throughout my life. What help can you do, idiot? Go and hug him and get corona and go up also for helping that. The world will be happy or relieved of that burden. It's okay, you can't do that. Full stop. This is how the situation is. You can't travel and you can't do anything. But no, I have to kind of thinking that it's okay. Just as sometimes body is sick. Sometimes I'm sure most of you, at least I have experience, in spite of sufficient sleep, more than routine, much more than routine, you have suddenly wake up with the body aches. You suddenly have all kinds of pain in the body and don't feel like doing anything. It's okay. It's the nature of the body to feel fatigue sometimes. It's okay. Similarly, it's the nature of the mind to feel tamas. You don't feel like studying. You don't feel like attending classes. You don't feel like doing some japa or tapa. And then you say, I feel like running away and hiding myself. Why should you? That it's okay. That's how the mind is. That's how the upadhi is. That's a samsari. Shoka moha is samsara. When you identify with the mind, when you identify with your physio-psycho complex, its own problems becomes your problem, and there will be always shoka and moha, illusion and sorrow, it being limited. So, wise person knows it doesn't belong to. He or she may feel pain. Suppose his or her near dear one passes away, there is a pain because you shared your life, you shared your time, you shared your experiences with the other person. And now that person is no more there and you obviously miss it and you might feel pain. Nothing wrong in feeling pain. Nothing wrong in crying that also for that person. But then he or she is aware, this is how the mind feels, I am conscious. And that consciousness which enlightens this mind, which illumines this mind, and therefore I am free from this, the feelings of the mind which is now of grief. Let it be there in the mind, clarity. Tatra ko moha kashokaha. We'll see this mantra next week further in detail. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Namaste.